Good morning, everyone, and welcome to November Strip Club presentation. We're filming at Cozy Creative Center, and I'm here to show you a new strip club project that we are calling Ins and Outs. Here is the project Ins and Outs. It's really very simple. You only need me for one little thing, so this presentation will be fairly quick today. But I have some quilts that I can share with you if you're interested in seeing them. So here's our pattern called Ins and Outs. I'm very proud to say that our sample is made with a new line of fabric I've designed with Timeless Treasure. I do live a bit of a charmed life. I'm not sure how it happened, but I get to design batik fabrics. And this is my latest collection called Tonga Riviera. Thank you very much. So blues and purples, as you can imagine, that's where the beachy name came from. In addition to the blues and purples for this quilt, we have a light accent fabric and a dark accent fabric. As I'm sure you can see, the light accent fabric is white, and we use a crisp white, so it's actually a solid. It's a solid regular cotton. I don't feel it necessary to use just batiks with batiks and just cottons with cottons. I don't mind mixing them at all. So here we have a white fabric as a light accent, and we have a dark, which is a nice black as a dark accent fabric. In addition to that, we have a border 1, a border 2, and a border 3. Here's the magic. Are you ready? Yep. Border 1 is this purple in this quilt. That means that purple is not a setting triangle. And when I say it's not a setting triangle, it means this quilt is not set on point. I'm going to take a minute for you to digest that. The quilt is not set on point. That means they are straight set blocks. Right? I'm not sure why it took me this many years using the tube technique to come up with this. Thank you. But you know, things evolve, and this one has evolved into this project. So first we're going to start off with 2.5-inch strips. It is strip club. Next we're going to add that light accent and the dark accent. So the first thing we do is sew some strips together that include the light accent to make a strip set. They may look a little like this. Two strips, light accent. And now we're going to join 2 strips and a dark accent. The strip set will look a little like this. These fabrics are so rich. They're so vibrant. I'm so happy with the way Timeless has created this collection. Just those blues and those purples. They're just full of color. Okay, so we have these 2 strip sets. Now we're going to put 2 together to make a tube. Clearly, this is the tube technique. We have done the tube technique multiple times. I don't need to dwell on how the tube technique is done. If you're watching on YouTube, there's lots of videos to do it. So we're just going to sort of go by quickly on how this works. We do use the strip tube ruler with this pattern. You can use a square up ruler. Directions are in the pattern. If you don't have the strip tube ruler by now, go out and buy it. You need it. Looks like this. Fabulous. Love it. Strip tube ruler. So we have that at the ready at our cutting station. Now we're going to put one strip set on top of another strip set and sew up along the top and down the bottom to make a tube. The tube might look a little, it looks almost exactly like that. Look at that. Here's our tube. We're going to take our strip tube ruler. See, on this side is the other strip set. And place the strip tube line on the bottom stitching line and cut up and cut down to cut out a triangle. Triangle looks a little bit like this. Let me make sure. Indeed. So once you cut out the triangle, you open it up and you reveal your block. That is your main block. You see it has a light on one side and dark on the other side. Let's put it into the quilt so you can see where it goes. It will live somewhere like there. Now that you see the block, you might see how easily the quilt comes together. You'll have this block that will create the inner squares. It's the same block over and over again, twisted and turned to create those inner squares. When you lay out your quilt, you'll lay those out first. And then you'll have to lay out your outer squares. Now, if you look at your outer squares, you see that they are the same. Different fabrics, but the same concept. So here we have a sample of the outer square. I'll put one in the quilt so you can see how it fits in the quilt. Do you see? Oh, exactly that one. Let's put that right there. Although I probably shouldn't choose one that's taller than you. So now you see how the outer squares will come together. And the one consistent thing with the outer squares is this purple background. So we originally created a bunch of strip sets that were a strip with a white accent in the middle. To that strip, we will add, which I call border 1 fabric. And we'll create a new tube that uses the border 1 fabric. So we'll add this border 1 to the tube, stitch up along the top and down the bottom to make the tube. You take your strip tube ruler, put it on your strip set, cut out a triangle. Triangle looks a little bit like this. Pull it down, open it up, and there you have your outer square blocks. Now when you cut the next one out of your strip set, you will cut it off the top stitching line. The angle of cut will be exactly the same, but for your second block, make fresh cuts. You want your second block to be as accurate as possible, and if you start building off of the cut of the first block, if there's anything that's off, and let's face it, fabric does stretch, and nobody's sewing is perfect. Nobody's sewing. So give your block the best chance to be accurate and make fresh cuts, and then cut down the tube to get your blocks. So you have your basic main block and your basic border block. Sew them together, lay it out, sew it together by rows. Sew your rows together, and then add your border. So border 1 actually is completed in your block, then you add border 2, and then you add border 3. Can we do it? Yeah. I know we can. Strip tube ruler is your friend. Any questions on how that comes together? Really none, because it's that easy. Would you like to see another sample?
Yeah.
Yes, please. Yes, please. Ins and outs. If you didn't hear that in back, Siri just said, here's some listings for In-N-Out burgers within 20 miles. Right after I said ins and outs. That's awesome. All right, so we went a little Christmassy on this one. I'll try to hold it better. Wait. A little bit higher. Bad.
Hey, welcome back.
All right, so this starts clearly with strips, and then we have white again, and I believe the dark accent is gray. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. Same concept. Oh, this time with our setting triangle for our border 1, we have a different fabric than border 3. So it's a red with the red on a white. That brings it all together. So it's on point without setting triangles. How clever.
Yeah.
All right, my friends, are we good?
Yep.
We've taken all the pictures. Paparazzi has their iPhones down. And Siri is turned off. You know, I've always said, if this business fails, we've been open 13 years, we'll never be cold. All right, can I give you a little tour of what's on the wall here?
Yes. Yes.
So to the right here we have a quilt out of our latest book coming out quickly. It's called Strip Tubing with Junior. It is the same tube technique, only we feature blocks that are smaller than 6.5 inches so that we can use Junior more efficiently. There will be 6 patterns in this book. That fabric is also Riviera, I'm sure you can tell. This particular pattern, do you see fishes?
Yeah.
I hope you see fishes. Yes, because this one is called Kissy Fishy. We've had ongoing debates. Do we add eyes to the fish? Do we not add eyes to the fish? On a wall hanging, you have the eyes. That's a good suggestion. We were thinking, well, I asked a man, no offense to men, he was picturing googly eyes on the fish. But if anything, maybe just a little bling, just a little bedazzle eye on a couple of fish.
Yeah.
Okay, that's still up for debate. It will permanently be up for debate, which means I probably will never put fish eyes on it. But I think it'd be lovely. Okay, and to my left here, to your right, hanging up on the wall, this is a paper piecing design. It's by Georgetta Lorca, that's my mom. And she has this pattern available as a download on her website. So read through the comments if you're on YouTube, and I'll send you the link, or I'll send it out in an email, or we actually have information. If you love this paper piecing design, easy download on her quiltersniche.com website. And that's Georgetta Lorca's design. Shameless plug, I know, but she's my mom.
So those butterflies or dragonflies?
What do you think? Butterflies? Butterflies. The pattern is called Flying High. I think butterflies. Butterflies. Right, the bodies need to be longer for dragonflies, so they're butterflies. Very nice. I love too the fabrics that she used in the inner border. Same fabrics that she used for the paper piecing. All right. Now, speaking of my mom, the quilting design, I don't know if you can see it in here, that's actually her quilting design too, and she sells those digital designs on her website also. So if you have one of those cool computerized systems, if you don't have one, come see me afterwards, I'll be happy. Then you can buy those digitized designs on her website. Can I show you some other quilts really quickly?
Yeah.
Okay, we're talking Riviera. Ms. Giles, will you help me? You just put your lipstick on, so you're ready. Also Riviera. So can I show off Riviera now?
Yep.
Okay. This is, I'll stand here in the center so that, yep. This is No Measure Bargello. This is one of our top selling patterns. It's actually one of our, I think it is the top watched YouTube video, No Measure Bargello. Yes, yes. An unbelievable number of views. This is the small size. The other size is a twin, and it has a lot more background, but it creates the same sort of wave effect, but it's in a much larger form with background on top and bottom. Very pretty. No Measure Bargello. This is designed by our very own Sandy Thompson. It is called Curvaceous. I like to think it's named after me. After a positive way. Oh, skinny runner is what I want to be. Curvaceous is what I actually am. So this fun technique is not curved piecing at all. It's actually a circle cut out, placed on top of the fabric, and then it is raw edge applique. And because it is a curved edge, there's no fraying, and you won't have any problem washing it or living in your quilt like this. Makes for a great effect, doesn't it? And what with the watery theme of Riviera, we thought it'd be nice to have the curves and the movement and sort of the fluidity. That is a word, right? So that is called Curvaceous. This might be the easiest pattern in the world. It's called Leftovers. And it was originally designed to use the leftover pieces of the tubes that we make when we do the tube technique. However, every sample, so that's how it's written. Every sample we've ever made starts with full strips, never leftovers. This started with 2.5-inch strips. Sorted into lights and darks. I'm not kidding, maybe the easiest pattern there is in the world. I'm not going to say anything more about that. But, no, it's not in the book. This is a pattern. Pattern called Leftovers. You know, once upon a time, we could tell what the quilts were from the backing. Are you noticing a theme in the backing? So that means I have to look every time. Oh, yes. Okay. We'll hold this one together. I'll pretend to be taller. Lovely. This is called Crisscross, and it's actually in some of the magazines right now. So you may recognize it from your magazine pages as this pattern jumps out at you, which is a thrill for me. But I put my name on it.
So Daniela, are you gonna that doesn't do the strip tube ruler?
This does not use a strip tube ruler. That's correct.
Yeah.
Pretty though, huh?
The square.
And these are real. This is real setting triangles.
Yeah. Could you fix that for us?
Standalone pattern. A standalone pattern called Crisscross.
That's one of my favorites.
Different backing. Very exciting. Oh, this is a different arrangement of the Kissy Fishy. Because you don't have to do it the way we put it on the paper. No. It could be. If you want your fish swimming. If you want your fish swimming sideways, you could do it the other way. Can you see the difference? Yeah, in this case, the fish make columns. And the other one, they're grouped differently.
It's a different school.
It's a This is the school where you need a buddy. It's a different school, she said. So that's another version of Kissy Fishy. Maybe I should put the googly eyes on that one. No googly eyes. What is this? What is it? It's like Christmas every day. It is actually like Christmas every day around here. Now we go for a little lighter look. So this quilt, we picked the lighter for the border, and then we picked the one stripe that's in the fabric in the collection, and we use it as the accent around the squares. This is called up square, down square. Very simple square blocks. This one's also set on point. And the light fabric makes it look like it belongs in a beach house. So honey, I need a beach house. I got the quilt. And then one final one to show you that features Riviera. Yeah. Take a step to your left. Left. Here you go. So this is Flower Fields. And this features half yard cuts. And clearly the way that Jessica has laid it out, lights to darks. So it really does have a feel of the ocean from the bottom to the lights that shine through the top. Do you see fish? Do you see more fish? Well, with a name like Riviera, I don't think it's bad to have fish.
That's for another wall in the beach house?
That's another beach house.
Yeah.
So we got another room decorated for the beach house. Okay, Riviera is available, if not now, soon. So ask for it for your local quilt shop or come visit us. This is your local quilt shop. That's right. That's right, I missed that. All right, if there are no more questions, that's all I have for you today. So join us again for next month for another pattern that uses 2.5 inch strips.